The first question type we're going to add is a multiple choice question. There are two types of multiple choice questions. This can either be a single answer or multiple answers from a certain list we define. So we'll click multiple choice and click next. The question name is different from the question text. The question name is what's going to show up in the default box for our questions. So we want to make sure this is something we can remember or know what the question may be about when we click on that question. There's two ways I like to do this. I would either enter something similar to Chapter 8, Question 7, and then I would type my question here, or I would put the question text as the same thing as the question name. The problem comes that the whole question name does not show up sometimes, so you might want to make sure you have an idea of what question goes with what question name. So we'll just enter a question name. So for instance, what is another name for a test in Moodle? When we scroll down, we're going to have some specific settings for this question. So for instance, this multiple choice, I'm going to have one answer only. I can shuffle the choices, and I can choose how I want my numbering system. If you do shuffle them, the ABCD will be mixed up, as we'll see. I'll leave it at ABCD. You can have more than 4 answer choices. So choice 1, let's say this is going to be the correct answer. It's called a quiz in Moodle. So for this answer, it is worth 100% of the correct answer. If they answer something else, it's not going to be correct because quiz is the correct answer. As we have multiple choices for the answer, multiple answers, this grade will go down. So if they answered this, I could say that is correct, for instance. General rule of thumb, I don't really use feedback for each individual questions. I do it for the quiz as a whole. So choice 2, we can type, let's say, a label. Labels is not correct, so if they chose that, they would get no credit for that answer. Notice you can also do negative credit. All right, another choice I'll put in, files and folders. We'll scroll down, leave that at none. And then one more would be a forum. And that is still incorrect, so we would leave grade at 0. Notice by default, it gives you 5 answer choices, and you can add 3 more choices at a time. You do not have to fill in every answer choice that is there. So for combined feedback, we can say for any correct response, we'll say, yes, that's awesome, great job. Partial credit, we could say you almost got all of the answers, and then incorrect, you could put a feedback if you'd like there as well. Penalty for each incorrect try. So again, that number 1 at the top, that is full credit for this question. So if we want them to have multiple choices, this is where we would add the percentage for multiple tries. So if we wanted them to have 2 tries, we could do 50%, 3 tries, 4 tries, 5 tries, 10 tries. If we only wanted them to have 1 try, if they get it incorrect, 100% of that credit for that question would give them a 0. You can also tag this question. So if you're looking for specific questions in the question bank, you can search by tags that you may have given that question. When we finished, we can click on Save Changes, and we can see that that question is now added to the question bank.